MCC playoff action here.
Goal scored by number 5, Alex Portland.
Homecoming Kelly Chambers, setting a new 1992 single season record.
Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. Cause you're a sky full of stars. Cause you light the path. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. 'Cause in the sky full of stars. Oh, the dying heart. Cause you can lie the more it gets dark. Oh, I give you my heart. Now I can't go on tear me apart. Now I can't. Cause in the sky full of stars, they can
Good evening and welcome to the 2014-15 Penn State Altoona Intercollegiate Athletic Recognition Ceremony. Tonight, we honor the achievements of our varsity sports teams along with various individuals who have excelled both athletically and academically over the past year. As Interim Director of Athletics at Penn State Altoona, it is my privilege to join you in celebrating your accomplishments tonight. I know that the staff and our distinguished guests are equally proud of your hard work and dedication. I'd now like to introduce Dr. Lori J. Bechtel-Wary, Chancellor and Dean of Penn State Altoona.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to be with you this evening to help this end of the year celebration. I want to thank each and every one of our student athletes for your sacrifice. I know that it takes a lot to balance the academics as well as all the practices and the contests on the road and at home. And so thank you for your dedication to athletics. It's a very important part of your collegiate experience, and I know some of the memories you've had and some of the ones you just saw in the video you will cherish for a lifetime. Also want to thank Brent and all of the athletic staff and coaches and assistant coaches. Paul's here, I think, is our bus driver. And also our faculty athletic representative is with us tonight, Dr. Victor Brunston. And thank you, Victor, for approving everybody and making sure that they're legal to play. We appreciate that. So thanks again for everything you've done. I always enjoy coming to see as many of the contests as I can. I can't get all of them or as many as I would like, but it was really fun to watch, and I watched particularly the seniors that will be leaving. A couple highlights from the year. Women's volleyball regular season champs and finished the regular season undefeated in conference play. Congratulations. One of our teams were conference runner-ups: women's volleyball, golf, cross country, and men's tennis. Congratulations. Penn State Altoona had 4 conference newcomer of the year honors, and also Joel Redford was named to the All-State NABC Good Works team and was recognized at the semifinals at the Final Four in Indianapolis. So Joel, congratulations to you. And for the second consecutive year, Brandon Stitt of men's volleyball was a Division III statistical leader in digs per set. So that's really an outstanding congratulations. So we'll get right to it, and with all the recognitions and awards, but again, let me just say thank you. Thank you for representing us so well in your travels, and also thank you for the volunteer work that you did in our community. I know that each and every one of you were involved in some sort of giving back to the greater community. That represents us very well, plays very well for our college, and so thank you for that as well. And congratulations.
We'd like to recognize the members of our Student Athlete Advisory Council. SAC plays a vital role in providing feedback to the administration on all sorts of issues pertaining to student athletes. They also coordinate community involvement during the academic year through various service events. All SAC members, please stand. Several student athletes this year have also been selected for induction into Chi Alpha Sigma, the National College Student Athlete Honor Society. To gain membership, this person must be a junior or senior of academic standing, carry a minimum 3.4 GPA, have led in a varsity sport for at least 1 year. Inductees must also be of good moral character and be recommended for induction by the athletic department. Our newest Chi Alpha Sigma inductees for the 2014-2015 year are Clarissa Keller, softball. You can come up here and we'll get the award to you, so come up on stage. Emily Fry, women's volleyball. Amanda Hammer, women's volleyball. Brandon Clark, baseball. Jim Moore, men's cross country. Eric Brott, men's tennis. And Zach Graham, men's volleyball. Let's have a big round of applause for the Chi Alpha Sigma inductees. Next award we'd like to present is the Fredina M. Ingold Academic Excellence Award. This award recognizes a student athlete who earned a 4.0 semester grade point average during their traditional season of competition. This award is sponsored by the Fredina M. Ingold Enhancement Endowment. This year's recipients of the Academic Excellence Award are Maddie Masson, women's basketball, women's soccer. Michaela Pierce, women's cross country. Natasha Yoder, women's cross country. And Jay Barron, men's swimming. Let's give these student athletes one more hand for this impressive accomplishment. At the end of each season, the coaches of the Allegheny Conference vote on all conference teams, which are made up of student athletes with standout athletic achievement and sportsmanship. If you were selected as an all-conference player in the first, second, or third team, or honorable mention, or named to the all-conference sportsmanship team, please now stand and be recognized. I'd like to now move to the Team Recognition Awards. The first award that each coach will present is the Sportsmanship Award. This award recognizes the student athlete who has shown their actions and attitude the best qualities of sportsmanship, and the Most Valuable Athlete Award. This award is to honor the student athlete who has made the biggest impact on the success of his or her team. Participation awards will also be given to student athletes who competed on a Penn State Altoona team for 3 or 4 years. First coach we'd like to welcome up, head coach of the men's baseball team, Joe Piatti.
Okay, I'm going to set the pace here tonight. Sportsmanship Award. First of all, I'd like to thank staff. Let me get my notes. I'm going to thank Dr. Becca Wary for great support for the athletic department, and our whole staff, starting with Brent, John, Greg, Paul, our great bus driver, my assistant coach, RJ Bernard, Victor Brunston, Tasha, Connor, Jess, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Terry, bus driver, can't forget Terry. And he'll be here later if he's driving. Okay, that was a joke. And listen, I want to thank all the student athletes. I really enjoyed watching them compete all year. Really exciting, a lot of great events. I'm going to lead off with the Sportsmanship Award. This year's Sportsmanship Award goes to a senior who, I have to tell you, over the past 4 years has really been in a competitive spot on the team, and actually this year really stepped up in the last part of the season. And I commend him for hanging in there and doing a nice job for us, and that's Tyler Auerbach. Is Tyler here? Okay, he texted me he was having trouble with something in his car or something. Okay, this year's MVP award will go to a sophomore pitcher who's a 3-3 record this year, 4.25 ERA, Mike Marley. Mike here.
Participation awards to give out. 3-year participants of baseball are Brandon Clark and Ryan Robinette. You guys can come up here. And 4-year participants, Tyler Auerbach, Nate Bennett, Mike Keeler, and Jordan Swivel. Next, we'd like to welcome up head coaches of the cross-country teams, Matt and Heidi Manfred.
Good evening. We were hoping to be a little bit later so we didn't have to thank everybody by name. But cross country is just as thankful as every other team for all the support and encouragement and logistical know-how that we get from the Adler staff and really all of campus, all of your professors and advisors that support athletics and support what you're doing as part of your college experience and college education. And we hope that you guys show that appreciation around campus as well.
All right, I'll talk on the women first, and then we'll switch to the men. For the women, we had an amazing season. I say that when I come in every year, and it keeps getting better and better. It was incredible. We had 2 women rack up 3 Runner of the Week selections. We had 3 women in the top 8 all-time for 5K for our program. We had 3 women alone under 21 minutes in one race for 5K. Morgan Pencil was named AMCC Newcomer of the Year. Morgan and Michaela Pierce both beat every woman in the AMCC except for one throughout the season. Fabulous. As far as the team, we were the 3rd fastest 1-to-5 average. 4 of the top 10 team times for 5K. Runner-up at the AMCC as a team, we were 6 points behind Franciscan, as Brent and Paul and everybody that was there can attest. It was a true nail-biter. 3 women all-conference. Michaela was 3rd, Morgan was 4th, and Rachel was 10. For our sportsmanship award, this is for a woman that's very close to our heart. We had to actually wait an extra year for her because when she graduated from high school, she chose to do mission work for a year. So we told her we would leave that spot open for her on the team, stayed in touch with her. And when she came to us, she had just a true sportsmanship attitude, was encouraging, was supportive, and even whenever during the season she had a fall and an injury mid-season, she handled it and was a true example and role model to others on how to take adversity and change it into a positive. So this year our sportsmanship award goes to Latasha Yoder. And for our most valuable player award, this individual came to us and every year has just continued to improve and improve. She follows training to the letter, is 110% committed. She was 2-time Runner of the Week, 3rd at our conference meet, and came within 5 seconds of our school record for 5K, and we can't be more excited to have her back next fall as well. Our most valuable player goes to Michaela Pierce. We also have one more additional award. It's exciting when we have this award to give out. And also we have an individual who was the AMCC Newcomer of the Year, and man, did she put her heart into it to receive that, Morgan Pencil.
team is coming off of the 3 best years that we've ever had. And this year they continue to roll along with good results. As a team, 2 men at the conference meet in November made it all conference in the top 15 at the championship. We had several men improve throughout the season. Andrew improved almost 5 minutes from his first race to his last. Ryan Clark ran faster for 5 miles than he did through high school for his best in high school for 3.1 miles. Nate White became the 10th fastest man in the season in the program's history. And as a team, you know, the real measure of a team in our minds is the top 1 to 5 average, right? Your team score is your 1 to 5 combined score. And so that average and those men's team's time is a good measure of the team. This team this year scored 6 team times in the top 20 all time for Penn State Altoona. 9 of the top 20 times come from the last 2 years, and 16 of the top 20 times ever come from the last 3 years, which is a lot of these guys on this roster. They won the Pitt Greensburg Invitational, which was exciting and was a great day. And in 4 different meets they got top 3, including 3rd at the AMCC Championship. The sportsmanship and MVP awards were hard in a way because we had so many talented men working so hard, but the choices once we made them were solid. MVP, or sportsmanship rather, was a guy who came to this team, and as a sophomore wanted to make an impact in every way he could. Dealt with some late season injuries, and late season injuries are the toughest time, we all know. But handled those well, was a model through injury, through adversity, through good races, through bad races. And Colin Langefeld definitely earned Sportsmanship of the Year award. So thanks Colin. Most valuable runner for the team goes to a man who this year alone was 3-time AMCC Runner of the Week, which has never happened for the team before for a guy to get that honor 3 times in the season. Throughout the season, he beat all runners on all AMCC teams except for one man who won the conference championship. He beat every guy on every team except for one guy. He was 6th at the AMCC meet. And when you combine that with a 3rd place in the conference last year, 3 plus 6 is 9, and 9 places in 2 years is the best man or woman this team's ever had. And Nate Repitz definitely earned MVP this year.
Next, we'd like to present women's soccer and welcome up head coach Pam Snyder-Evans.
Okay, I'm going to follow suit and of course thank our wonderful administration, Dr. Bechtler, thank you so much for your continued support of the athletics programs. Brent, you've been put through the ringer, specifically with our team this year, and we are so grateful for all the work that you've put in your first year in this position. And Tasha, I can't imagine what it was like to be short-staffed, let alone pregnant and short-staffed. So thank you so much for all the hard work you do. Connor, I'll keep shouting out tweets to you. We appreciate you as well. And I'm not going to name every name, but thank you to everyone that works so hard, particularly the other coaches that are here full time. I'm not here as much as you are, so it's a great time. to have you guys on campus as a resource for the team on a regular basis, and we really appreciate that. And of course, need to thank my assistant coach, Rachel, as well as my other assistant coaches who were unable to be here this evening. I have a great staff, and they really care about the program, they care about the girls, and it shows every day in practice. I also, though they're not here, I want to make sure I thank my husband and my daughter because they put up with a lot. I tell them constantly, I only have this one time a year, but they tell me I have 52 things one time a year each weekend. So they don't really get to see me much when we're in season, and I appreciate their tolerance. We did have a bit of an up and down season, and I'm never one to pass up an opportunity to give a little inspiration. So I do want to read a quick quote that I think kind of sums up the life of an athlete. And it's something that I kind of live my personal life by. And it's, for a seed to achieve its greatest expression, it must come completely undone. The shell cracks, its insides come out, and everything changes. To someone who does not understand growth, it would look like complete destruction. And so many times athletes go through this cycle where we are torn down, and the beauty in an athlete is that we don't stop when we're torn down. We find a way to build back up and become an even better and bigger thing than before. So this is, again, it's kind of the definition of what our team has been through this season. Our record does not showcase the effort, the talent, for sure, that we have on the squad. A very young team. We've got a load of freshmen, and I'm thankful to know that many of this team are returning. In fact, I think we're only losing a handful of people, and retain most of our starters for next year. I can tell you that in the spring season, we saw a lot of growth, and in our spring tournament, we did not allow a single goal against, and we went undefeated, which was really exciting for the team, in particular our back line, who's very young. That said, our sportsmanship award this year goes to one of our freshmen that was asked to be a pretty big leader on the field for us right away. It is very difficult to come on to the field and be on the back line and really have to kind of command the field, especially when you're super quiet when you first get here. We were happy to be able to pull a lot out of her, and now she is one of the talkers on the field, and we appreciate her so much. Allie Wilson. Our second award is the most valuable player, and this was very difficult. The coaches actually had a bit of a deliberation trying to sort through these awards because we really feel like we have such a nice level of talent across the board. But this particular player transferred into our program and has made just a massive difference for us on the field. She exerts so much energy that many times when she comes off the field, you can just see that she's completely spent. And she's put absolutely everything, heart, soul, physical, everything she has into the game and into the competition. And she's been such a wonderful addition to our program in a time where we were really kind of lacking experience. You know, with only like 2 or 3 returners this year, we needed some experience. So I'm happy to give our most valuable player award to Ree Miller.
And our participation awards for women's soccer. 3-year participant, Mackenzie Strubar. And four-year participant, Katie Hardigan. We'll keep it on the pitch and go to men's soccer with head coach Mo Taylor.
I want to say thank you to the Chancellor and the entire athletic staff, bus drivers, and truly to all you student athletes. The work that you guys do on the pitch and off the pitch, I think you guys put Penn State Altoona in a good standing in the community. I live in Altoona and I hear it all the time, and for that you ought to be commended for. So again, thank you guys and everyone. Back to our team. Our men's team this year went through quite a transition. We had one senior, pretty much about 12 freshmen, a couple sophomores. And, like any sport, sometimes you got to go through a little bit of a growing process, and this year was no exception. Our record was 4-14, but that did not represent pretty much the effort that we put out on the field. I was quite pleased and quite proud of our efforts. Obviously, the result's not what we wanted, but such in life sometimes when you think you deserve something, you still got to keep on pushing and just don't stop. And I was quite proud at the end of the year. You guys played and played regardless of what the result was. And this spring, if it's a sign of things to come, I'm quite encouraged to see what the future is going to bring with this freshman class and incoming guys coming in. So again, I want to say thank you to you guys. To our own senior Trent, I'm going to miss you. I enjoy your future endeavors. And to all the guys that's going to University Park, Logan, Miller, I can't say thank you guys enough. Back to our awards. Our sportsmanship award goes to a gentleman on our team. As any coach, when you recruit, you get calls from other coaches recommending players. And I got an email about this young man from a coach, and I followed it up with a phone call. And the entire time, the only thing he spoke about was this young man's character and work ethic. And I have to tell you, he's right on the money. Robert Gentilucci, you're a sportsmanship. On to our MVP. This, again, in a year where we didn't really set the world on fire, it's kind of difficult to pick that player that made a difference to our team. And got together with my other two assistant coaches, Julian and Dane, and we kind of worked through this and back and forth. Could go amongst many players, but we choose Seth Morrell as our MVP. Seth's not here tonight, but I want to give him a good shout out, and hopefully signs of things to come. So again, Seth Morrell, MVP.
And the four-year participation award goes to Trent Landis. Next, we'd like to welcome up head coach Doug Simmons for women's and men's tennis.
First of all, I want to begin by thanking Dr. Varsity for leading Secretary of University. And as everyone has already said, I wouldn't be able to get by without the support of the staff. I just want to thank all of you. You make my job a million times easier. Without you, I would absolutely be lost. So first I want to start with the women's season. This year was a solid season for the women's team. We had some new players and had to fill some important roles. We discovered some really difficult teams, Division II team among them. Overall record was 7-9, but we did finish with a winning conference record of 5-3. We made it to the semifinals of the conference tournaments, and everyone on our team showed incredible heart. I'm very proud of everybody's efforts. Before I discuss individual awards, though, I do want to thank my assistant coach, Scott McCrell, for all the support he provided me. Unfortunately, during the fall season, I did become extremely ill, and I missed numerous practices and matches, and Scott, in his first season as an assistant coach, he stepped up and took over all of the duties. I'd sit in the hospital anxiously awaiting his text messages for results, and he never let me down. I have no idea what I would have done with, this season without him, and for that, I just want to thank him. Now, on to the Sportsmanship Award. And to be honest, for the women's team, I could honestly give the Sportsmanship Award to any player on our team. You know, all the players show great respect towards each other and towards the other teams. But that said, this award goes to a player on our team who notoriously would treat the opposing teams like a friend. In fact, she once became friends with an opponent on social media after a match. She stepped into a very difficult number 4 singles position, and she performed admirably. I'm going to miss her terribly next season. My Sportsmanship Award goes to Terry Kramer. For the MVP this year, she was a standout in the AMCC conference. She came in as a freshman and immediately established herself as one of the top players in our league. She went 11-4 throughout the season at the number 2 singles spot and was awarded with the AMCC Newcomer of the Year award. She also posted a 9-7 record with her number 1 doubles partner, Michelle Colucci. This year's MVP is Regina Sanchez. We're also going to present Regina with her, as I said, AMCC Newcomer of the Year award. Now on to the men's season. The men had a tremendous season this year. Our team went 9-3 with 2 of those losses coming against the conference champions. We made it to the AMCC Tournament Championship and played in an extremely competitive match. I'm very excited for next season as we return 4 of the 6 players for our lineup. I couldn't be more proud of the team and the way that they played. And I also want to give a shout out to Coach Stallion for constantly providing support to the team. As for this year's Sportsmanship Award, it goes to a player who found himself playing some really difficult matches. He never lost his composure on the court, and he constantly kept his head up even when his matches didn't go his way. He responded in a positive manner to coaching changes and basically went about his business without ever complaining. He was even able to keep his doubles partner under control, and that's no easy task. The Sportsmanship Award goes to Thomas Grady. And for the MVP award, this year's MVP had an absolutely absurd season. I don't know how else to say it. My assistant coach and I would jokingly refer to him as a robot because he would adapt and learn how to defeat his opponent in every single match. He posted a 10-1 record at the #1 singles spot during the regular season, with his lone loss being decided by a super breaker that, in my opinion, possibly changed the outcome. He also posted a 10-2 record at #1 doubles with his partner Adam Hack, and I can't wait to have him back for next season to see how he improves. Our men's MVP is Jeff Zielinski. While he's up here, I also want to present Jeff with the AMCC Newcomer of the Year Award, which he was also presented with. Thank you.
And we have a pair of 3-year participation awards for the men's tennis team. They are Eric Brott and Tony Vergara. Next, we'd like to bring up head coach Phil Peterman for women's and men's volleyball.
Good evening. I'd like to start by thanking Dr. Becker for giving me the opportunity to coach here at Penn State Altoona, the entire athletic department for helping our season run so smoothly. I'd really like to give Brent and Tasha a ton of credit for holding everything together this year. They did an outstanding job. I'd like to thank my assistant coach, Valerie Rudolph, for being a shoulder to cry on at times and being very supportive, and my wife and kids for being the loudest fans in the stands. This past season, my women's volleyball team was the second team ever to go undefeated and win the AMCC Conference regular season championship. So unfortunately, we lost 3-2 in the championship, but however, we did get a bid into the postseason, into the ECAC tournament. My first award of the night is the Sportsmanship Award. This goes to a player who tied all time with playing 123 matches since her arrival here as a freshman. Her and I did not always see eye to eye. However, she did anything I could possibly ask throughout these 4 years. She's played every position on the court other than middle, and she's just an outstanding player. She actually was third in the conference in digs, and she was first on our team in digs this year. She made the all-conference team, and this award goes to Emily Fry. Next award is my most valuable player. This award is going to go to a girl who was pretty much second on the team in everything. She was second in kills, she was second in aces, and she was third in the team in digs. This girl was never out of the game, hardly at all. This award goes to Becky Britton. On the men's side of things, we had a lot of personal accomplishments this past season. Jacob Byers, Matt Huey, and Brandon Stitt all were Player of the Week nominations in the AMCC and the NEAC Conference. Those three, and Zach Graham, all made all-conference teams. Brandon McGarvey, he also earned his 1,000th career assist. Brandon Stitt, he was actually named the national statistical leader in digs per set for the second year in a row. And also, he was named the NEAC Defensive Player of the Year. So I'd like to give him a round of applause this time. Our first award of the night goes to the Sportsmanship Award. This goes to a player who I've never heard complain in 3 years. He always puts the team first and never questioned any coaching decisions, even when involved in him not starting. He works hard at practice, and he could always be counted on whenever I inserted him into the lineup. The last game of the season, we watched him earn his 1,000th career assist. This award goes to Brandon McGarvey. My final award of the evening is my Most Valuable Player Award. This award goes to a guy who earned Player of the Week honors in both the AMCC and the NEAC Conference. He was first on the team in kills, second in the team in aces, and third in the team in digs. As a freshman, we're very excited for his future here at Penn State Altoona. This award goes to Matt Huey.
And we'll now do the participation awards for both the women's and the men's teams. 3 are participants for women's volleyball are Amanda Hammer and Becky Britton. And 4-year participants are Maura Corrigan, Emily Fry, and Sarah Cyber. And for the men's team, 3 participants are Brandon Stitt and Brandon McGarvey. Now we'd like to bring up head coach of women's bowling, Lori Tremor.
Good evening, everyone. Many thanks to Dr. Lori Redmond and your staff. Thank you so much. Brent, you've been a great support to me this year. Thank you so much. It truly has been a pleasure coaching this team over the last 6 years. I want to thank everyone for the opportunity to do that. As a coach, it is very hard to single out 1 or 2 people out of the team, especially when it is a small team. Each of these girls have good talents, good sportsmanship, and they each have shined in their own spotlight. As I have said in the past, these girls are different from most of the teams that are here at Penn State. They bowl against Division I, Division II, and III teams all over the United States. These girls don't always have the up-to-date equipment that the other divisions do, nor do they practice every day for 3 or 4 hours. But with all the differences, they are very competitive in their field. We had a very difficult second half of the year when we lost 2 of our players, but we gave it our all. With all that is said, I am very pleased to be their coach and announce that the following awards. Congratulations to Bree Suhanik for receiving the Most Valuable Player Award. Bree is a clutch player. Times over. She is a power player, which can be a very good thing if you master the speed and technique on the different conditions. Through the past year, Bree has worked very hard to do just that. With great pleasure, I present Bree with the MVP award. Would be to Jasmine Thomas for the Sportsmanship Award. She's bright, funny, and willing to help anyone or do anything for her fellow students and friends. Jazz, as we call her, has never given her teammates or myself any problems and has always been there with team spirit and compassion. With great pleasure, I present Jasmine Thomas with the Sportsmanship Award.
For everyone, I just want to personally thank Lori Tremmel. Unfortunately, after this season, she'll be stepping down from coaching due to some personal reasons. She started our women's bowling program and was one of the founders in the AMCC. Our conference is the first conference in the country to hold a women's bowling championship. And I just want to thank you for everything you've done over the last couple of years.
I would like to welcome up Greg Scallon, head coach of women's swimming and men's swimming.
Good evening, everybody. I too would like to thank the Chancellor, all my colleagues within the athletic department, all my fellow coaches, and all the good that you're doing for all of our student athletes. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my assistant coach, Cindy Ball, who has been my right hand for 3 years and formally and officially her first year this year, but she has been beyond supportive to the endeavors of our program, so thank you, Cindy. The women's team first, and this is a large picture, and I'm not quite finished with what you see up there. We had a team that was marred with injury. Please don't move your furniture the day before your season's supposed to start. You might break a leg. And if you want to have surgery, instead of having surgery in May, let's have it in February. But anyway, the point of the deal here is that I had a lot of
young ladies who had some things they had to overcome prior to the season and during the season. But what impressed me most was the fact that they did. The ones that are seated here tonight, answered the call. They saw it from the beginning until the end without any reservations, without any backlash or whining. They did what they were expected to do. Due to our size, ours is difficult. We don't, in baseball you have to field 9, and that's the way it is. I've got to fill lanes, and it's hard to win meets when we can. But we won a lot of races. My women were extremely competitive, did not back down from anybody, and were complimented on a weekly basis as to their tenacity. So I was very, very proud of that. We had a record broken this year in the 50 fly, Ashley Nero. We'll be going to University Park, so Ashley, congratulations to you. We also continued the tradition in my 4th year here of having another all-conference swimmer in Sydney Marinsky. She was the silver medalist in the women's 200 breast. She missed our school record by 1 second, which is about this long. So she did a great job for us there. Really, really pleased with the efforts in the classroom and with Special Olympics this year. I know our swimmers have always been very, very involved with the community aspect of things, as well as the rest of you, and I'm very pleased to see that as a coach and as a full-time staff member here to see the involvement of our student athletes. So I will continue on. This first award is the Sportsmanship Award for women. It goes to a young lady who was a first-year swimmer who came in and I think was kind of awestruck about the whole college swimming experience, but I'll tell you that she put her head down and just went after it day after day after day, meet after meet after meet, with a smile on her face. Her face was red most days. She worked extremely hard every day. She was kind to everybody on deck, in practice and at meets, and within our conference championships, had an outstanding personal meet at championships. But I'm very pleased to introduce our Sportsmanship Award for women this year is Emily Bergman. Next is the Most Valuable Swimmer Award. This goes to a young lady who will be leaving me and this program, but she left it better than it was when she started here, and she's a big reason why. So she has overcome a lot of adversity over the last 2 years, and I know we hear that, but a lot. And I'm really, really proud of the direction that she's going as a person, and I know that she's going to be a success in life because she keeps coming back and getting after it, and had an outstanding season individually, was that vocal leader and stepped up to the plate when it had to happen. She was not remiss in speaking her mind when it was necessary, but she always did it in an appropriate manner, in a fair manner, and I appreciate the last 2 years I've had, and wish her well. But the Most Valuable Swimmer is Sydney Brzezinski. Okay, next I have the men's team. There we go. Again, we finished the season a little bit smaller, but not much. For those of you that are here, young men, I appreciate the fact that you did stick with the program and saw it through without any excuses. And I think that you understand the expectations and the fact that in life, not just here at Penn State University or within the MCC or my program or any program in this building, in this campus. There are rules, there are expectations, and I've had to live by them. I expect you to live by them, and I will not waver from them. So congratulations to those of you that saw this through. I appreciate your efforts. The team was led by 2 seniors who I'm going to miss. It's hard to kind of describe because we started this journey together. We just completed 4 years together. And the only two seniors that I have that will be graduating that stayed here. Everyone else in my program has ventured off to University Park. And those of you that are leaving again, the next wave, I wish you well as you pursue your degrees at University Park on both programs. But got some very promising young men on this team returning next year, and I really look forward to working with them and the new group that comes through. But it's been an incredible journey with these two, and the Sportsmanship Award goes to a senior who, to me, has the heart of a lion. This young man would come to practice every day without a miss. And up until his internship this past semester, didn't miss a practice. And I had to tell him when to stop swimming. And usually a swimmer's going to pretty much know when they're done, when they want to stop. And sometimes they'll even ask. Rarely, but they will. He never did. But he showed class and dignity everywhere we went, and was a wonderful representative of this university, his team, his family, and his coach. And I want to present this year's Sportsmanship Award to Adam Pataki. The last award that I have for tonight goes to my other senior. So by process of elimination, we know who that is. But a little bit about this young man. He started out as a freshman, came in weighing probably about 104. I don't know. But he was green and he was scared. And I threw him into a role because everybody on his team was a freshman. And I forced him in the role as a captain. He's held that title all 4 years. He's been academic all conference. I would assume he will be again this year. Every year he's had the Sportsmanship Conference Award awarded to him on a couple of occasions. He's been part of a championship relay team. His name's on the record board 3 times. Be up there for a while. But more importantly, he was balanced. We talk a great deal on our team about the need for balance in your life and how to manage yourself and pursue excellence in just about everything that you do. And he was able to do that with a great deal of grace and honor. And he succeeded with honor. And he actually was our first academic All-American through the College Swim Coaches Association of America, the first swimmer in Penn State Altoona history to be an academic All-American, and that came through in the summer. So congratulations to that. And he's just had an illustrious and successful career, and I will miss him. And Jay Wareham, this year's most valuable swimmer, I wish you the best. And that's all I have for tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you here. I see a lot of you every day, usually at nighttime. And I appreciate the respect and courtesy and the way that you carry yourselves. We're a step above. And I thank you for your kindness and your commitment, not only to this university, but to yourselves, and the way you represent your teams and their coaches. And I'd like to thank every coach in this building for your commitment, dedication, that it takes to be successful and lead young people. So thank you very much. Good night.
have a couple participation awards for women's and men's swimming. For women's swimming, 3-year participant Kelsey Loco. And for men's swimming, once again, Adam Pataki and Jay Ware. Next, for women's basketball, I'd like to bring up head coach Casey Shaw.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the athletic staff. Thank you so much for all of your support. Dr. Beckel, thank you as well. The players, all the student athletes, my coaching staff, John, Janelle, and Lindsay, they put in a ton of work, not just in season, but out of season as well. It is very much appreciated. Jess, our athletic trainer, she's not just an athletic trainer, she actually becomes more of like a counselor to the student athletes at times too. Bus drivers, Paul and Terry, for getting us to and from very safely, so thank you very much. And I know my family's not here, but their support is very much appreciated as well. In the preseason poll, we weren't even picked to finish within a playoff spot, which is pretty surprising considering we didn't lose a single person last year. And we made quite a run and an impact within the conference. So we set a goal at the beginning of the season. We were going to go out, give it our all, and we were going to make playoffs this year. We surprised a lot of people. We did exactly what we were set out to do. We didn't just make the playoffs, we made it to the second round. And those of you who came out to support us in the first round of playoffs, we faced Medaille. We caught them by surprise. We beat them 97-65. We made a statement, and we want to thank those of you who came out to support us, because that was the best crowd that we had throughout the entire season, and it certainly helped us continue to excel during that game, but also gave us the momentum going in to face La Roche. La Roche is a tough team, but we knew that. And we appreciate, like I said, that you were there to support us during Medaille, and it was nice to see, so thank you so much for those that came out to support. Moving forward though, with this group of girls, they became family. And I know that those that come from a family that has siblings, your parents probably always told you, I don't have a favorite child. These girls set the bar pretty high. So far, they're my favorites, but don't tell anyone that, okay? Keep it on down low. They are not just my favorite because they're a great group of athletes, but because they've put forth a great amount of work. They're just a humble group of girls. They have done so much within the community. When we've done community outreach programs, they have fully invested their time to get to know these Special Olympic athletes, to know these younger students that they're working with. When we did the backpack for Mountain Lion program, they put forth their time and effort 110%. That means a lot. They're just not there taking up their time and space. They're putting their heart and effort into it. That means a lot. You guys are like family, and I truly appreciate it. you'll be missed. Those that are moving on, Maura, Al, Maddie, like I said, you're like family. So before I get emotional, let's just move on to the awards. My sportsmanship award goes to someone who pushes not just herself, but her teammates as well. She's that person who, if you look at her in practice or on the athletic court, she looks mad most days. But she is someone who has that competitive spirit. She wants to win. She is giving it her all. She is encouraging her teammates, not just through her efforts, but also by her words. You can oftentimes hear her cheering them on by saying, "Let's go, guys," or she's hustling back. Our sportsmanship award also is someone who displays it not just on our court, but when she's doing those community outreach programs, she's cheering on the student athletes within the younger generation, but also the Special Olympic athletes, and that award goes to Maddie Misciagna. Our MVP award goes to someone who broke record after record after record throughout the year. She was named first team all-conference. She was player of the week numerous times, ECAC player of the week. She, I mentioned it last year, is a gentle giant. She oftentimes was double teamed. She's been triple teamed. This year, she kind of took on this personality where she wasn't going to let someone stop her. And she overcame a lot of adversity. There were times throughout the year where you would look at her and it was almost like she just flipped people off her. She is someone who put forth a large amount of effort to accomplish goals for not just herself, but for her teammates. She wanted not just the ability to reach playoffs for herself, but for her teammates as well. Our MVP award goes to Maura Corrigan.
And she got her award already earlier, but Maura Corrigan is a 4-year participant in women's basketball, so give her a hand for that. Next we have men's basketball. These awards were voted on actually by the players themselves. Our sportsmanship award winner is a guy that did a lot of community service for SAC, and he's well known for that. Things always didn't go his way injury-wise, but he was recently honored as a member of the Good Works team. Joel Redfoot. And the most valuable player is a player who has come a long way since his first year. Originally, he was coming off the bench. By the end of this past season, he was one of the starters and a really strong player in the lineup. Jordan Smith. And our participation awards for men's basketball, 3-year participant Mike Wickfield. And 4-year participant Joel Redfoot. Now for men's golf, we'd like to welcome head coach Tom Cayley.
Okay, thank you everyone, and I'd also like to thank Brent and the staff for all their time and effort. Connor, who puts in tireless hours to make the programs look good, to make things like tonight go so well. So Connor, thank you. Coach Piotti, my partner in crime, the broadcast booth, for making basketball season and all the other seasons more enjoyable. Good time, we have a great time. Michelle and I enjoying the basketball games online, and hopefully we can move to other sports in years to come. As far as our golf team is concerned, this year was my first year back after a 2-year hiatus, after 8 years coaching before. And typically we had a theme on our team that I expressed to our newcomers every year. You know, we don't rebuild, we reload, because we had a pretty good stretch there through the late 2000s. And after 2 years away, this was definitely a rebuilding year. We had 3 sophomores who had very little match experience, if any, and 6 freshmen on the team this year. And so it was definitely a rebuilding year, but somehow we managed to still come out second at the conference tournament, which was our best finish of the year. And we finished second by a pretty good margin over 3rd place. We look forward to next season. We look forward to 5 of our players from this year coming back, all who have match experience. Unfortunately, we lost our AMCC co-newcomer of the year, Matt Brooks. He decided to go into golf as a profession, even though I tried to talk him out of it, believe me. So we'll miss Matt and his ability, but Matt was our co-AMCC newcomer of the year. Our award winners for this season, a freshman is our sportsmanship award winner, a player that probably was maybe the last player to make the team as far as his score coming out of tryouts, but nobody worked harder than this player throughout this season. Nobody put in more time. One of the things that's a little different about our season is our home course and our home practice facility is a half hour from campus, so it's up to the players to get themselves to the golf course and back. This player was at the golf course almost every day, a couple hours at a time in between classes. Stepped up when he wasn't comfortable and ready to play competitively yet. He really didn't play much competitively in high school, but stepped in early on in the season to help us compete in a few matches. And by the end of the season, he was a regular starter. Our sportsmanship award winner is Chaz Bidner. And to me, most valuable doesn't necessarily mean the best player. In this case, there's a good chance he could be our best player in years to come. And of course, Matt being the newcomer of the year, Matt Brooks being our newcomer of the year, one of the lower scoring averages in the conference, won an event. So Matt Brooks would have been easy to pick as our most valuable player, but the player who is our MVP was consistent. He was competitive every meet. He went from barely traveling as a freshman last year under Coach Ferguson and not having great scores, barely breaking 90, scores that he's capable of shooting better than, to being in the top 5 or top 10 almost every match, including at the AMCC conference meet. He's excelled locally against other players in this area over the last 8 months, 9 months, including our season in the fall. And we look forward to this player coming back for the next 2 seasons as a junior and a senior to help lead us and give the younger players some guidance. But due to his performance throughout the fall and his continued improvement and his contribution to the team, our team MVP is Matt Dillon. Thank you, everybody, and again, thank you to the staff, and thank you to the fellow coaches. Thank you.
And next up for softball, head coach Jeff McNellis.
This is a totally new thing for me, but first I'd like to thank all the support staff back here, especially Brent. I never would have got through it this year without him. Paul, if it wasn't for him, we never would have got where we were going, as long as the GPS stayed on the dash. For Jess, the trainer, she's got us through a lot too. First, I'd like to congratulate Ayla Miller and Colleen Meehan for being selected the AMCC All-Tournament team for this weekend. Unless you're on a national championship team, your season's going to end with a loss. It's said in sports, if you're smart, you never lose. You either win or you learn. And if we all learn something from our losses, then our sport will have served us well. First, let me say that these next 2 awards were determined by a vote of the players, but the coaches firmly agree they've made good choices. Sportsmanship Award. We've been very fortunate the past 6 years to have some extremely talented teams. But everyone in this room knows a team loaded with all-stars is no guarantee of success. Often teams like that fail because they work against rather than with each other. Every successful team needs that intangible quality they call chemistry. Without that spark or fire, all the talent in the world is useless. This next player is one who selflessly for the past 2 years has provided that spark. She absolutely refused to let her teammates get down or feel sorry for themselves. This has been a rough year for us for a number of reasons. This player kept the team up and she kept them focused. The best compliment I can give her is to say that she truly is the heart and soul of this team. They say there's no I in team. She's the embodiment of that phrase. She approached her role on the team as she approaches her role in life. She lives it for others. We're proud to give this year's Sportsmanship Award to Jess McClanahan. The MVP award goes to a player who's been a complete player from her freshman year to her senior year. She's been a team leader statistically and a team leader in all other aspects of the game, both on and off the field. On the field, she holds Penn State Altoona softball records, career records in the following categories: 152 games played, 139 runs scored, 201 hits, 48 doubles, 37 home runs, some of which are likely still in orbit, 150 RBIs, 361 total bases, 59 walks, 976 putouts, and 35 double plays turned. She ranks second all-time in batting average at .432, slugging percentage at .795, and on-base percentage at .501. Think about that last one. From her freshman year to her senior year, she has reached base half of every time she came to bat. That's phenomenal. She holds single season records for hits with 64, doubles with 19, home runs with 12, RBIs with 51, and total bases with 113. She's one of the most awesome hitters I have ever seen at this level. She's the type of player who, when she steps in the batter's box, two things happen. One, everyone in the stadium stops what they're doing to watch. Two, I move as far back in the third base coaching box as I can get. This year's MVP award, Kelly Chambers.
We have a couple of participation awards for softball. 3-year participants, Clarissa Keller and Rachel DeArmond. And 4-year participants, Kelly Chambers, Lily Glunt, and Ayla Miller. Our next award to present this evening is the Jim Ellis Leadership Award. The Ellis Award is given in memory of former men's basketball assistant coach Jim Ellis, who displayed great leadership throughout his time on campus, left a lasting impression on everyone who was fortunate enough to spend time with him. The recipient of this award must have demonstrated the values of leadership, caring, civility, honesty, integrity, and responsibility. The winner of this year's Jim Ellis Leadership Award is Joel Redfoot. Joel could have chosen to cut his ties with men's basketball and throw in the towel in his athletics career after a history of concussions put an end to his playing days. Instead, he opted to stay involved with the team and the school's athletics program by turning his focus to ways he could lend his assistance despite his medical limitations. Joel became a de facto assistant coach, helping his teammates during practices, film sessions, and on the bench during games. He also devoted his energy toward Penn State Altoona's Student Athlete Advisory Council, helping spearhead numerous community service projects. This past season, Joel was honored for his community service work on a national stage when he was one of just 10 men's basketball players from across the entire NCAA to be named to the Good Works team. He attended the men's Final Four in Indianapolis this March, where he was recognized on the floor during the games. For his dedication to making a difference both within the athletics program and within the community, we're happy to present the 2015 Jim Ellis Leadership Award to Joel Redfoot. Final awards to be handed out tonight are the Women's and Men's Scholar Athletes of the Year. This award is given to a female athlete and a male athlete who have demonstrated excellence both on the playing field and in the classroom. To present these awards, I'd like to welcome up Faculty Athletics Representative Dr. Victor Brunston.
Thank you all. I realize it's getting a little late, so I will try not to keep us too long. As the Faculty Athletics Representative, I'm probably the most anonymous person up here, which is as it should be. So I promise I won't go on too long about me, but into our student athlete, our Scholar Athlete Award winners. Our first one comes from women's volleyball. She's an elementary education major, a special education minor, has maintained a 3.94 GPA over the last 3.5 academic years. She's been a starter from the first season, has helped lead the team to its first undefeated AMCC regular season championship 2011. She's been on the Dean's list every semester, helped lead the team to a second AMCC undefeated regular season championship. She volunteers with the Special Olympics, swimming and bowling, and has been selected to Chi Sigma Alpha Honor Society. I could go on all night. I have all of these little cards here, but I will probably cut it short and welcome Emily Fry. Second Scholar Athlete for the year is another team captain, another senior, this time in communications, also has managed a 3.94 cumulative GPA with several semester GPAs that were 4.0s. Was named to the 2014 AMCC All-Academic Team as the Penn State Altoona male student. Has been on the Dean's list, of course. Has been selected as Penn State Altoona's most valuable swimmer and was done so as a freshman. He apparently leads study groups for the team and also does individual tutoring and is also involved with Special Olympics. Has qualified for individual championship events in the 13-14 season at the AMCC Championships, and has been up here just like our previous winner. So I'd like to welcome Jay Wareham.
Congratulations. Thank you again for all of your hard work, and good luck on finals. Thank you. Good night.
Fair enough, Coach.
I really want to